Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. In this video, I did the stock picks based upon my current allocations in my M1 taxable stock brokerage account. So you're going to see five buys at $20 a piece, total of $100 deposited. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you have been following this journey, welcome back. If you find value from this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe so you do not miss future videos. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend growth investing is all about. What we're looking at right now, this is my taxable stock brokerage account, my Average Joe Dividends account over at M1. I really like M1 because it's a very simple interface to use, and they've added the functionality of dripping in dividends. That was one of the things they were kind of missing there. But what we're looking at right now, this is the performance of the portfolio over the last year, just under 15%. You can see dividends earned from this portfolio over $11,000 over the last year. We'll zoom into 3 months, up 9%. We'll check the last month, up 1.2%, but in the last week we've been on the downward slide here, down 1.36%, and then today down 0.78%. So we could say there's maybe some buying opportunities out there. Things are getting a little bit cheaper, and that's good news for us who are buying more shares of stocks. And that's certainly what I'm doing right now. Even though they're fractionals, even $100 will make a difference in this portfolio, and it will also increase my dividend income, because this is what these videos are all about, and it's tracking my dividend income. And you kind of see it live with a portfolio. You know, if you haven't dipped your toes into dividend investing, you can follow along and see how I do it. Of course, what I'm doing is not investment advice. I'm just kind of showing you what I've done and the successes or challenges that I've had along the way. We can see here's my $100 deposit. Looks like there was 4 cents left over in the account. We've put that to work for us. Here's the 5 buys. These are my picks, $20 a piece plus the 4 cents. We'll see what those are. Drum roll. So first up was a Vista, $20, then Lowe's, $20.04. I put the 4 cents into Lowe's. Pinnacle West, $20. Yum Brands. So we're going to jump over to my Google Docs spreadsheet, and I'll leave a link below to my M1 pie if you're interested in what's all in my portfolio and what percent allocations I have for each of my investments within it. So this is my Google Docs spreadsheet, my AJD, Average Joe Dividends dividend portfolio. This is my tracker, and I'll leave a link below again for this, and you can put in your own stocks, and some of it you'll have to put in manually, of course, what your companies are and tickers, but you can see with the share price, that's just using a Google Finance function in cell B2 and so on, and pulling up the current share price so it's live. And then the current number of shares is using a VLOOKUP table from the M1 data tab. I'm going to show you how that works. We're going to paste some information from M1, and it's going to be a simple copy and paste. We're going to update the number of shares for those 5 picks that I did, and it's going to update the number of shares as well as the average share price and my cost basis. You can see here's my gain or loss for each of these positions, and you can see some are better than others. One of them that is in the red, we'll scroll down because I don't just want to show you good news. If you have a lot of stocks, you're going to have some losers in there, and so far for me, Starbucks has been a loser. We can see, and that's because of the current share price is at $74.82, and here's my average share price. So this one's been a loser for me, but I'm going to stick with it because I don't think Starbucks is going anywhere. You can see my percent gain or loss here. We're in the red. Here's the dividends per share. These are all quarterly except for my 2 monthlies in blue, O in BST. We can see the current yield percentage, and here's the yield on my cost. Since I paid more for the shares, my yield on cost is lower. But we can see something that is, we'll check out like Exxon, where it's totally inverse to where the yield percentage currently is 3.25, but look at my yield on cost there. So, but for Starbucks, even though I'm losing money in it, it does, pay a dividend, a reliable dividend. We'll see what they do with their dividend in September if they raise it. Hopefully they do. If they cut it, well, I will sell Starbucks. But here's the next pay date for Starbucks, and I have this sheet is arranged by the pay date. We can see here so far in July, we'll do a quick count up of those dividends, $1,044.71. So just in July alone, just waking up in the morning, from the start of July until today, over $1,000 just appeared in my account. And what I've done is I have dripped those dividends right back into those investments. Like for SCHD, it paid me $958.20. I took that $958.20, reinvested it back into SCHD. So if SCHD retains their same 82-cent dividend, which they probably won't do, I would be receiving $968.38. You can see all these are going to be higher because I have dripped those dividends back into those stocks. You can see that's one way how your dividends will go up. Another way is by the annual dividend increases. You can see like Coca-Cola, they're pretty good for a 4 or 5% dividend increase. They've been doing it for decades, so you can pretty much count on Coca-Cola. And there's some others that have been doing it for decades, like Kimberly-Clark is another one out there that's been really consistent. Like Pepsi is another one, decades of dividend increases. And also when you buy more shares, like I did today with those 5 buys, what I've done is I've put out the current or last dividend, like for Pinnacle West, so $7.54. We're going to see these go up, and that's what I'm trying to show you is these amounts are going to change over here in this column, in column N. So we're going to see that go up for those 5 buys. And then down below we can see here's the market value of the portfolio. I was like at 257 earlier this week, so how quickly the tables can kind of turn a little bit. But that's okay though, because you can see here's my gain or loss overall of the portfolio, up over $55,000, doing quite well. And we can see here's the monthly cash flow average. I like to monitor the monthly cash flow average because I look at this as like a paycheck. And of course, the way this portfolio pays, it's not a steady $998.04 every month. What I do is I get the first 2 months of the quarter are lower paying, and then the last month of each quarter is the higher paying. But I take that average, which is right now at $998.04, and just to kind of smooth it out, because I don't want to show high one month and then showing it going high and low, etc., kind of bouncing up and down. So we're going to see this change as well. We're going to see the quarterly and annual change, but we're going to concentrate really on the monthly here. And you can see my color key. We are in the month of July, so we are in month 1 of Q3 right here. These are my payers right here. So here's what's left to pay right here are these companies with starting with Cisco, Oracle, BST, and JP Morgan. Those will close me out. I haven't received those dividends, so I don't put those in here. And I do a monthly recap video where I actually show you the proof. I'll go into M1 and I'll show you the actual proof that I'm receiving these dividends rather than just telling you. I think it's much more important and feels more real when people actually show the proof of receiving the dividends. I know I like to see that when I was looking into this is people actually receiving those dividends. So what we're going to do next is we're going to grab that data like I was talking about over at M1 before we time out, go to the holdings tab, and kind of developed a way of kind of updating my sheet with a simple copy and paste. And this works great for M1. You can see here's my 52 positions, and again I'll leave a link below so you can see what those are, but mostly in SCHD. That's the bulk of what this portfolio is, but SCHD doesn't include every single company. Of course, there's like 104 companies in there in the index that they've created, and they leave out REITs. There's some things that they leave out that I've kind of decided to buy on my own, like Broadcom's an example. It used to be in SCHD, but they cut them, and I think it's just because of it's more of a tech stock, and it pays a lower dividend, but it's growing, and also the stock's appreciating quite well. So let's go ahead and grab this information starting from the name column. We're going to grab this, and we're going to do a simple copy, go back to my spreadsheet here, M1 data tab, and what it does is it does a VLOOKUP table for these values. So pay special values only, it's going to put everything in the A column, and it's just going to align the new number of shares, cost basis, and average price that I've paid for each of my positions. And it's only going to change those 5 where I made a buy for those. Like SCHD, you can see kind of in the data, I didn't buy anymore, so these values stayed the same. Same with BST, everything's arranged by how I copied and pasted, and those are going to remain the same. So let's go to the dividend portfolio tab, and we'll just start from the top with the change in the next dividend. We'll go over these one by one, because even the $20 makes a difference into what we're going to get for our next dividend, and I just kind of want to highlight this. So 754 is where we're at, so next dividend for Pinnacle West will be 775, and then the next dividend for Yum Brands from 680 to 690, and then Avista from 2638 to 2664, and then Pepsi from 1538 to 1554. I believe I have one more, and we're just beating the ex-dividend date here with Lowe's, I think by a week or so. But 707 was what my dividend was going to be with Lowe's. Now it's going to be 716 on August 8th. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the monthly cash flow average. We can see that it was at 998.04, and it's going to be 998.32 going forward. So we're going to take that 998.32 and we're going to put that on the monthly average dividend tracking tab. I'm going to scroll all the way down here, and I'll explain why I do this in just a second. There we go, that's our new value. And we'll find the difference here just for tracking. And the main difference the main reason I do this sheet is I like to track progress, and sometimes there is some regression where, like SCHD lowered their dividend. We'll find kind of the last red here, and that was back in March 20th. The Q1 dividend for SCHD is historically the lowest dividend of the year, and that knocked down my monthly income, but we also had it restored with the last dividend increase in Q2. You can see it went down by $50.22, but it rebounded by $82.59. So, but this is my $100 deposit into 5 buys, so it increased my monthly income going forward. You know, it added an additional 28 cents going forward on top of what we had before to get up to the $998.32. So getting really close to that $1,000 mark. And of course, I'm constantly doing changes here, or these new line items. You can see like dividend drips and deposits. Dividend drips. Here's a dividend increase. PNC had a 3% dividend increase. More drips and deposits. Here I decided to get rid of General Mills. Gave me a little bit of dividend income there. More dividend drips, deposits, and then here's Duke with a 2% dividend increase. But the point of this is these all add up, and I suspect in Q1 2025 we're going to probably see something similar to this again with another huge rebound. So that doesn't alarm me when that happens. So I suspect we'll go well above the $1,000 mark. We could dip below it or get close to in Q1 of 2025, but we'll see. So that's all I had to show you for this video were the 5 picks that I decided to put $20 a piece into each of these. And of course, what I'm buying is not investment advice. Just kind of want to chronicle what I'm doing, how I'm adding to my dividend income, and how this portfolio has been going up over time. And again, it was Avista, Lowe's, Pinnacle West, Yum Brands, and Pepsi to close it out. If you got value from this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe so you do not miss future videos. I'll do another video like this on Monday where I let M1 do the picking based upon my allocations. So everybody have a great Friday and weekend. Everybody take care.